Good morning, everybody. It's Charlie here, and welcome back to another video on the Chatting Leeds YouTube channel. It is match day, of course, guys, as Leeds United take on Ipswich this afternoon down at Portman Road in the Championship, hoping to get our first win of the season under Daniel Farke. A lot to be excited and positive about at Leeds United at the moment, which is a very, very good thing to say. Just before we get into it, as always, please smash that like button. It really does help get the stream out there to more people. Please subscribe if you're brand new. It only takes a second. It really helps me out, and I'm hoping to hit 3K as soon as possible. Hit the notification bell, and of course, continue to get your comments in throughout the stream, guys. Let's get all your thoughts on today's game. Jay's in the building as always. Morning, mate. How we doing? Alan's saying he thinks today we will see our best performance yet. A clean sheet and a Joffe and Piroe goal, 2-0 to Leeds. Okay, maybe I agree with one of them, but not the other. But fair enough, mate. Fair enough. Make sure you all hit the like and subscribe. Yep, exactly. Make sure you're liking and subscribing as always. And Mike saying morning to everyone as well. So yeah, I'm feeling quite good this morning about the game. Obviously, I'm not saying that it's a guarantee that Leeds are going to win or anything like that. But I just think the general positivity around Leeds at the minute is just making my whole mood a little bit more positive. I think especially after that Birmingham game away a few weeks back, I don't think I've felt that low about Leeds United in a while. You know, to get beat by a garbage Birmingham City team in the last minute, our squad being so thin bare. You know, there was Gnonto Sinisterra not playing. There was a lot of negativity at that time. But in such a short space of time, the mood has been lifted. Obviously, Leeds United have signed Piroe from Swansea, which is just, I mean, how many times have I said during this summer window on the channel that Piroe would be my dream signing, number one target for me, and we've only gone and done it. We've signed the best striker in this league by a country mile. He's proven it over the last 2 seasons. His consistency, he's clinical, knows where he needs to be in the box. And I think in this Leeds United team, with hopefully the creative players around him that hopefully stay, I think he'll bag loads of goals for us this season. How much of a part will he have to play in today's game? I mean, for me, he played for Ipswich last week. He's played most of not Ipswich, Swansea. God, he played for Swansea last week. He's played for most of Swansea's games this season. So for me, he's match fit. We've not got an out-and-out striker at the minute. So again, I'm not Daniel Farke. But if it was me, I'd be throwing him straight in. Why not? He'll have trained a few days this week with Swansea prior to moving. He'll be sharp. He'll be fit. He's played a few games already. For me, it makes sense to throw him in. And then obviously, as Mike is asking, is Gnonto playing? That's another big question for today as well. Will Gnonto and Sinisterra feature? Again, judging by what Farke said in the press conference about them both, they're both kind of on the same page as him now, especially Gnonto. You know, he's apologised to Farke, the hierarchy at the club, the players, and he's now back in training. So for me, if he's fit and he's sharp and he's ready, play him. However, I don't think he will. I think Gnonto will start on the bench. Just given the negativity around him, I think he might ease him in the second half. I think Cine will play. I think Cine will start the game. But obviously, to caveat all that, with regards to Gnonto, Dan James is an injury doubt. So if Dan James isn't in the squad, is it going to be Shackleton at right wing again? Hopefully not. So that kind of makes me think at the same time that Gnonto could play. So as I say, very excited for 2 o'clock to see what the lineup is. Will Piroe start? Will Gnonto and Sinisterra start? I want to know your guys' thoughts, so get your comments in on that. First win of the season, says Darren. Yep, hopefully, pal. Hopefully. Any news on Amiri and Paintsil? So yeah, Amiri looks like he's rejected Leeds United once and for all. Obviously, he did reportedly reject us in the first instance, but then apparently Farke managed to convince him. Apparently, he then agreed the move. Leeds agreed the fee with Bayer Leverkusen, £5 million. But now he's turned Leeds down. Obviously, his wife is pregnant at the minute, and I think him and his family just didn't feel it was the right move for them at this time. Fair enough. Let's not drag it on and move on. There's got to be other targets. Elias Chair at QPR is such an obvious one. You could get him in for about 5 or 6 million as well. We've just gone and bought the best striker in the division. Let's go and get the best attacking mid in the division, because Elias Chair, especially with QPR's situation at the minute, they'll probably need the money. So why not sell their prize asset? I think he will leave, Elias Chair, whether it's to us or Leicester, because I think Leicester are interested as well. But, hopefully he sees the project. We've just signed Piroe. We've got good players in and around him as well already. Hopefully that would be a very good move for Elias Chair. So maybe keep your eyes peeled, see if we make a move for him. As for Joseph Paintsil, the initial bid from Leeds United was €10 million, which is apparently the asking price that Genk originally set. However, Genk have rejected the bid from Leeds United and have now stated that they want, I think it was a 10 million total package initially. I think it was like 8 million up front, 2 million in add-ons. But Genk want 10 million up front with potential add-ons. So hopefully Leeds United go in and compromise on a deal for him, because I think that would be a really good signing as well. So yeah, that's the latest on them two that I know of, mate. Anyway, JC's saying, really interested to see the starting 11 today. Gnonto, Sinisterra, Piroe and Somerville all travelling to Ipswich. Having options up top is very exciting, and you are bang on there. If, let's just speak hypothetically, this is going to get me giddy, but if all four play today, so if we see a scenario where it's Gnonto on one side, Somerville in the 10, Cine on the left, and then Piroe up top, oh my word, that is a very, very frightening front four for any championship defence. Ipswich have started off the season amazingly, and they're kind of riding that wave from promotion. But someone at work said to me the other day, every team is due a loss. I know Ipswich are at home, but for me, if that is the front four that plays today, I think we've got a very good chance of getting our first win. Let's just say that. And I think our defence has looked a lot more solid as well. Ampadu and Gray in midfield, I think, is good enough for this game. So hopefully, like someone said earlier, it could be the best performance we see all season. Potentially. It all depends on that lineup, which obviously we will see in a few hours' time. Michael's saying best to play Gnonto away rather than in Ellen. Yeah, exactly. And I think that's kind of what's making me think that he will play some part, even if it is from the bench. I think if this was at home, I'd be very worried for Willie Gnonto, because look, although he's apologised and he's done all of the right things from a club standpoint, the fans are still angry at what he's done. The squad was really thin, and he knowingly put in a transfer request and refused to play whilst the squad was in that state, which still angers me, in all honesty. But I'll be honest, I'm as fickle as they come. If Willie Gnonto plays today and he has a blinder, scores, assists, I won't forget about it, but I can slowly start to forgive after that. And that's just my honest opinion. Guys, there's 50 of you in the building this morning. That's really good to see. Really appreciate all of the support. If you wouldn't mind smashing a like on the video, that'd be very much appreciated. Please subscribe if you are brand new to the channel. Hit the notification bell, and of course, continue to get your thoughts and opinions in, and even get your comments in after the live stream ends as well if you're watching on the replay. What do we need now player-wise, as in positions? That's a good question. I think we need that number 10. And I think, even if Paintsil comes in, Paintsil can play as a number 10 as well. I think we need arguably two midfielders, i.e. hopefully O'Brien, Kamara. And then if I'm being extra greedy, a left back. But I think hopefully, if Sam Byram can remain fit until January, we may revisit that position in January if we don't do it in this window. But for me, we need another 3 or 4 before the end of the window, which again, There's only a few days left now, so hopefully Nick Hammond and Greta Steinson in the background trying to get all that work done. Jay's saying, if we keep our remaining players, then minimum incomings for me is a left back, centre mid, and cam. Yeah, exactly. And I can get on board with that as well, but I would argue we need 2 centre midfielders just to add that depth, because I was at the Shrewsbury game when Darko JB played, and he was shocking that night, and was rightfully brought off at half time. A left back, as good as Sam Byram is doing there, his injury record in the past has not been great. So if he gets an injury, who are we left with? Firpo? Hjelde, if he stays. I mean, it's just not good enough, is it? We need an out-and-out left back. And yeah, that number 10 is pivotal to how Daniel Farke wants us to play. And as I said earlier, Elias Share at QPR is just the obvious choice. Just like Piroe was the obvious striker, Share is the obvious centre attacking mid, so go and get him. Has Piroe got clearance to play today? Well, he has travelled with the squad, Stephen, so for me that means it is go time. I think if he wasn't eligible, yeah, he could still have travelled, but I think we got it done in time, and I'm hoping we got it done in time as well. Early days, but do you think Farke has made his mark? Yeah, I do. I think just in how he conducts himself around the club, how he's conducted himself in post-match, pre-match press conferences, interviews and such, how he's handled the Gnonto and Sinisterra situation has been brilliant. And even though the squad has been thin, you can see in the opening 3 games what the plan is, how he's wanting us to play. But again, it's not been as effective because he's not had the correct players for the correct positions. We've now filled the striker void with Yoel Piroe. And as we've just been saying there, a number 10 is pivotal. We need a left back and a few midfielders. And then I think we can really start to cook in this championship. I think Leicester are getting a little bit giddy, a little bit overexcited at the minute with how they're playing. Yes, they've won their opening 3 games, but they've had to score a few late goals. And apparently the football has been decent, but it can get better. So I think Leicester just need to pipe down a little bit. That's not me saying that I think Leeds are going to blow this league away with these signings. I don't. But I just think, it's well, it'll be 4 games in, won't it, after today. You just need to pipe down a little bit, you Leicester fans. So, yeah, the toxic culture could be gone with good feelings about the club. Yeah, hopefully. Do we need someone to back up Ampadu as one of the midfielders? Yeah, exactly. Which is why I'm saying 2, because you cannot rely on a 17-year-old Archie Gray to go through a full season, and you can't rely on Ampadu just to be fit throughout the whole season. He might get a lot of yellow cards, he might be suspended for a game, he could get sent off, injuries, any scenario, you need to have that cover. Glenn Kamara would be a perfect depth option, but Lewis O'Brien, for me, comes straight into the first 11. I would never let that man put on our famous shirt, even as a sub. I mean, if you're referring to Gnonto there, then that's fair enough, a true review, but I have to disagree, mate. I think, he's a 19-year-old kid. He's been poorly advised. Yes, he can make his own decisions and his actions have been bad. But he's a 19-year-old kid. He's apologised to the manager, the club, and the rest of the squad. Yes, there'll be fans that are still angry with him, but I think over time, if he puts his head down, gets on with it, puts in good performances, scores, assists, we'll never forget it. But I think eventually it can be forgiven. So, yeah. JB's a good player, but looked lost in the Shrewsbury game. Yep, 100%. Just looked like he couldn't get to grips with what Farke wanted him to do in that position, as it's different to how he naturally plays. Yeah, and, some ways of playing just don't suit certain players, and I think JB could be one of them. I was excited about Darko JB maybe featuring a bit more this season, but seeing him in that Shrewsbury game just made me question that entirely. I thought he was really poor that night. Championship is a marathon, not a sprint. Exactly, Michael, exactly. He likes the Scottish Opera. Yeah. Oh, there's been some really good chants going around. My favourite one was from LUFC Lewis, where it's the "Here we go, Somerville striking Piroe. I just think that's class. And I'm gutted, absolutely gutted, that I'm going to miss Piroe's home debut next week. As obviously I do go on holiday on Tuesday, so really gutted that I'll be missing that. But oh well, I'm sure I'll get plenty of opportunity to see him. The players we've brought in so far have been top draw. So yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree. I think Ampadu's been really, really good. Really impressed with him. Sam Byram's done way better than I expected as well. Caldalo's obviously only featured in the Shrewsbury game, which he was a little bit shaky, but he might feature a little bit more once the window closes. And who else have we signed? Joe Rodon. Joe Rodon for me. Against West Brom was very, very good. Really reminded me of like Ben White in that promotion season. So yeah, really, really pleased with our signings so far, 100%. Gnonto has made a mistake. Let's not make him out to be a criminal. Yeah, exactly. Oh, JB is also only 18, so plenty of time to learn and improve. Yeah, exactly, Jay. Exactly. Darth Book says Gnonto needs to do the post-match interview and apologise. Yeah, I think from a PR standpoint, they probably won't do that. But yeah, I understand your point. Rodon has made a huge difference, Michael. Yeah, that's right. Watch Bamford suddenly never get an injury again. Now he has competition. Yeah, and look, we've all wanted Patrick Bamford to, well, maybe not all of us, but I certainly have wanted Patrick Bamford to be phased out of this team for a while now. I just think his days are numbered at Leeds United. He's broken, not that good of a player anymore. He hit his peak in that first Premier League season, but other than that, nothing. Piroe is the guy now, 100%. Yoel Piroe is not coming here to play second fiddle to Patrick Bamford when Bamford's fit. That is not happening. And especially if Piroe hits the ground running, which I expect him to. If he starts today, I just want to make this clear because there will be people out there that do this. If Piroe plays today and he doesn't score, you can guarantee there'll be people getting on his back. It's his first game. Let's just see what happens. But trust me, this guy will cook in this team 100%. Ideal formation for today, and do you see Meslier leaving? So the ideal formation is probably the formation that Farke usually goes with, which will be the 4-2-3-1. And do I see Meslier leaving? There's been no talk of any bids, no interest. I think the last 2 seasons he's kind of played himself out of a move, really, because I know it's the defence in front of him as well, but he's made some bad errors and just looked low on confidence. So I don't see him leaving at this moment in time, but obviously things could change over the next week, couldn't they? If we get a left back, should Byram go to right back instead of Luke? Yeah, I've seen a lot of people suggest this. For me, when Cody Drame is fit, Cody Drame should be the number 1 right back at the club. I think he spent 6 months on loan at Cardiff 2 seasons back and got their player of the season in 6 months. He then went to Luton Town for the whole of last season and helped them get promoted. Why they've not gone in for him again, I do not know. I literally think the reason why he isn't playing at the minute is just down to not being 100% match fit. Because if he was fit, Luke Ayling would not be playing in this team. If Luke Ayling plays today, Ipswich will target him. Whenever they're on the attack, they are going to target him 100%. They're going to target him. Every team, week in, week out, Premier League, Championship, any team, even Shrewsbury in the Cup, they targeted Luke Ayling. The guy cannot defend. He's okay going forward. And let's be honest with ourselves here, guys. In that West Brom game, yes, he equalised and it was a good header. But other than that, it was really bad. Really, really bad. And there's people out there say, oh, well, he wants to be here. He puts effort in. Well, that's the least that you should expect from any Leeds United player, not just him. So that, for me, you don't get brownie points for being like that. His performances are not warranting him playing. He's literally playing because Drame is not 100% fit and Byram is having to play left back. So yeah, if we get a left back in, it'll either be Drame or Byram at right back for me. I think Luke Ayling will fall down the pecking order. The fact that we were going to buy Max Aarons, yes, that didn't happen, but the fact we were in for Max Aarons shows you that Farke does not see Ayling as the long-term right back. So yeah. Could we do the same in a Firpo when fit? No. No, just no. Love your pod. Always that way. Cheers, mate. Thank you very much. There's 69 of you in the building as we speak, guys. So if you wouldn't mind smashing a like on the video, please subscribe if you're brand new, and obviously continue to get your comments in. Really appreciate all the support. I always liked Bamford, but his time is up. Piroe with Cine, Gnonto, Somerville, Rutter, James, and potentially Paintsill feeding him could be the highest scoring season ever. Yeah, 100%, and hopefully that is the case. As we said about Ipswich earlier, though, just a brief word on them, guys. They've started the season off well, obviously 3 wins from 3. They're currently top of the league. Kind of riding that wave of promotion from League One last season. They've got some good players, a good young manager, play some really good free-flowing football. But I must admit, guys, the games that we've played so far, we've been in every single game. The defence is looking more solid week by week, especially with Joe Rodon in there now. I think it'll be a tight game today. And yeah, in my preview the other night, I gave like 3 scenarios because obviously Piroe was not official at that point. But for me, it depends on the lineup. If the front 4 is Gnonto, Somerville, Cine, and Piroe, then I'm going with a 2-1 Leeds United win. If we don't see Piroe or it's just a few of those playing, then I'm going to go with a draw today. I don't think we'll lose now. I just no. I mean, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. And yeah, hopefully I'm not wrong on that. But I just can't see us losing for some reason. I think it's just the positivity in me at the minute. But whatever happens this afternoon, guys, things are looking up. And the season properly starts for Leeds United against Sheffield Wednesday next Saturday for me, because at least whoever's here, however many signings come in over the next week, Farke will know what he's got and he'll know what he's got to work with. So yeah, try to remain as calm as you can if this afternoon doesn't go the way we want. And yeah, hopefully we get the win though, hopefully. Jay's saying Firpo is done for him. I would like to see a new left back, and if Drama goes in, a new right back. Spence, yeah, Jed Spence is being linked as well, loan with an option to buy. That would be an amazing signing, but you do wonder, like Jay's saying, if we do get a right back in, Drama will probably leave the club then, because I think he'll just be annoyed, and rightfully so, because he does deserve his opportunity. Jay's saying he said on my last stream that we would win 2-0, and I still think we will. Ipswich will play with a high press, and I think we'll get in behind them. And I think if that front 4 is as we said, we'll definitely be able to get in behind them there, Jay. So yeah, I 100% agree with you there, pal. So we've been a fly on the wall when not apologised. Yeah, exactly. That'd have been good. Could be an end-to-end basketball game. Yeah, it could be. I think both teams play some good football. But for some reason, I just can't see us losing this game. And for me, if you can't win it, don't lose it. JC's in with a donation. Really do appreciate that, pal. £5 donation, saying make sure you hit the like and subscribe. As he said, guys, 72 of you in the building. Please smash the like button and obviously subscribe if you are brand new as well. Really appreciate any donation that anybody can afford. So big up yourself, Jay. Thank you for that, pal. Hope it's not a complete wipeout. I work with a guy who's an Ipswich fan. Yeah, bloody hell. We could make a cheeky loan offer for Calvin to get him some game time. Man City willing to let him go. Yeah, but I think now he'll want to be playing Premier League, won't he? Or at least at that sort of level. Miss Bielsa, his mispronouncing of Ipswich. Yeah, Ipswich. We will win today. Keep the faith, Mark Colin. Yeah, well, hopefully, but I'm trying to remain cool and not get overexcited by the Piroe signing and everything. But for me, if the lineup is what I want it to be now, I think we can win this game. I really, really do. Like Jay said, Ipswich play a high line. We'll be able to get in behind them, create chances, and we'll actually have a striker on the pitch that can finish chances. I know that can actually happen, you know. So yeah, I think we'll leave it there, guys. We've been going nearly half an hour. Just thought I'd jump on and do a quick match day stream just to get all of your thoughts and opinions. Really appreciate everybody that has joined in, and obviously appreciate Jay for the donation there, pal. Anything that anybody can donate just goes straight back into the channel, so I really do appreciate that. Michael's saying we are due a win and Ipswich are due a loss. Yep, exactly. So hopefully that goes our way. Just before I leave, guys, on your way out, if you haven't already, please smash a like on the video. It really does help get it out there to more people. Please subscribe if you are brand new to the channel. I really want to hit 3K as soon as possible. If you could do me a solid and help me out with that, that'd be great. Hit the notification bell, and of course, get all your thoughts and opinions in the comment section after the live stream ends if you're watching on the replay. And I will be back this afternoon after the game with my match review, so make sure you check that out. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday, hopefully, and I'll see you in a bit. Leeds.